Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're brand new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. My name is Crystal, full-time reseller on all of the things. You can find me as the Crystal Bear, and I am back after a 2-week vacation, if you will. I hope everybody had a good holiday. I know I did. I took some time off after Vlogmas because it was a lot and I was kind of burnt out, but I'm back and I'm ready to make some videos for you guys. So yeah, I'm thankful that you guys are here. I'm thankful that you stuck it out for that 2 weeks that I wasn't here, and let's get into today's video. Okay, so if you are not brand new here, you know that this is a video that I try and do every single week. It is a Mail Out Monday video, which is just my version of a what sold video, and I'm just gonna go over with you guys 5 items that have sold for me in the past 2 weeks, since I haven't been on here for that long. I just picked my favorite 5. We're gonna talk about them, we're gonna talk about where they sold and how much they sold for. But before we get into that, I did want to address some things. So first, you're gonna be noticing some stuff. So I got a new mic for Christmas, so hopefully it's not set up yet, so it's not the one that I'm using right now, but hopefully there will be a increase in quality for sound in the coming videos, so that will be exciting. At some point I will upgrade to a regular camera, but that hasn't happened yet, so right now I'm just filming on my phone and we're making do with what we have. But yeah, the other thing is I've changed the location that I'm filming in, and you're gonna see this, I think, evolve through the next couple of months because I have some plans about what I'm gonna do with this room. But I am back in my office, my home office. I've recently painted this lovely green color. It was a pain. I am not a painter. It's not like something that I enjoy, but I didn't like the color of the room in here, and this is the first room that I've painted since I bought this house a couple years ago. So anyway, I painted it all by myself, pretty proud of that, but also I will not be painting any other room in the house all by myself. I will be hiring somebody or pleading with my friends to do it, one of the two. Anyway, it does make a nice background, like a nice dark contrast background, so I really enjoy that. My dogs are freaking out, so I don't know if you can hear that. I get up to see what they were freaking out about, and literally just the neighbor is walking their tiny little dog, and my dogs feel the need to bark at them. So if you have dogs, you understand that it is never a dull moment. It is also not a video of mine if you can't hear dogs barking in the background, because it's a zoo here. But anyway, yeah, so I have some shelves and stuff that are gonna go up. I have a desk that's coming in, all of that stuff. So I might try and do like a before and after picture somewhere in this video, maybe. Just kind of show you guys like what it looked like before, what it looks like now it's painted, and yada yada. We'll see what happens. But anyway, so you'll be seeing some upgrades to the space, and hopefully the dogs won't bark the entire time I'm doing this video, but no promises. And yeah, so anyway, that's a little bit about what's been going on. I did want to talk about really quickly 2021 goals and some things that we accomplished last year. So if you're not interested in any of that, I will put a timestamp, if I can figure out how to do that, to let you know when I'm going to start talking about the sales. So okay, really quickly, I finished my books for 2020, which was a hassle, and I don't know. I think I've set it up this year to where it won't be as much of a hassle, but it's still a work in progress. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. So anyway, but yeah, so I doubled my gross and net numbers from last year, which is phenomenal. The year prior to that, I did not double. I didn't even come close to doubling. And that was the year that I was purchasing my house. So there was a lot of things going on in 2019. But 2020, I doubled all of my sales, gross and net profits for 2020, which I'm pumped about. And I also went full-time this year towards the end of the year in September. So I think that it is doable to double one more time this year now that I have the time to put into it, if that makes sense. So I'm doubling the amount of time. Theoretically, I should double the amount of profit. So that's the goal for 2021, is to double. I also have 2 other goals. I would like to hire a virtual assistant at some point. I do have somebody in mind, and I just need some like tax help before I pull the trigger on that, because I, for whatever reason, have this like weird fear about paying someone and not doing the taxes correctly. So I just need to talk to my tax professional and make sure that we're doing that okay. And then within the next couple of months, we will be hiring a VA, which is super exciting. That'll be our first employee. And then by the end of the year, I would also like to have an in-person employee. And I'm not sure what that looks like yet, but that's just a goal for the next 12 months. So pretty minimal goals. I mean, they're big goals, but there are not too many of them, just the 3. And I think that they're doable. I think it's going to take a lot of work, but I think a good goal is made by making sure that it's a doable goal, but also something you're going to have to work for. So not something too easy, but not something too hard. And I think these goals fall right in the middle there. So anyway, enough about that. Now while you're here, let's get into the sales for the past 2 weeks. Okay, the first 2 that I'm going to talk about, these are really interesting to me. I purchased these at a yard sale. They're both Birkenstocks. We're going to talk about, they also both sold within 2 days of each other, and I purchased them both at the same time, so I probably listed them at the same time too, which is interesting because they took almost the identical amount of time to sell of each other. So that was weird, but I figured I'd talk about it. So the first pair is a pair of men's Birkenstocks. It was like a 2-strap leather. It was it had a little bit of marking on the leather. I disclosed that. They ended up selling for $40, which was great. I think I paid $5 at a yard sale for each pair. And then the other pair was like a metallic thong style with another like Mary Jane strap. And I picked those up at the same yard sale for $5. Those sold for $35. And both of those are like great profits. So if you remember, if you've been with me for a while, I did a bulk buy of Birkenstocks. My first ever bulk buy. I think I bought 13 to 15 pairs. And you can scroll way back on my Instagram and even see that. And I like quadrupled my money on that purchase. So ever since then, Birkenstocks have really held a place in my heart. I don't personally wear them, but I know a bunch of people. I have a ton of friends who wear them and all of that. So they are a very popular shoe. It is interesting that they're selling in the middle of January when there is literal snow on the ground here in Tennessee, which we're not getting into that. Everybody knows how much I hate snow, and it has been here for far too long. So people from the Northeast, come down here and get your weather because it's drunk and you need to take it home, okay? Anyway, okay, so the other next 2 things we're going to talk about, both are Torrid pieces. So Torrid's still selling pretty well for me, not for as high of a price, but it's still selling consistently and only in the bigger sizes. First thing was this cream, like open knit duster. I thought it was so cute. And it sold for $22 on Poshmark. So Poshmark took their 20% fee, and then the rest was mine. I think I got it at the bins, maybe, not sure. And then the other one was this gray distressed. When I picked it up, I thought like it was ruined, but it was actually supposed to be that way. I did find a stock photo, which you're gonna see. And it also had some zipper detailing, and it was really cute. Sold for $22 as well. So $20 to $25 is kind of where the Torrid pieces are sitting for me right now. They used to sell for $35 to $40, and I'm sure that there are still some pieces that are selling for that high, but right now the run-of-the-mill Torrid pieces are sitting right around $20, $25 for me. So as you can see, with both of these selling for $22, that's just kind of what I'm averaging right now. And then the last thing that we're going to talk about, I'm only talking about this because of the season that we're in, and I've said this before and I will say it again, bathing suits sell all year long, and not all the summertime, depends on the brand. This is a Victoria's Secret, just bikini top. I almost never get the bottoms because I can either never find them or they're not new, and I'm a little bit more picky with bottoms than I am with the tops. I don't know why. I think hygiene and stuff like that. But anyway, these sold for $12 on Macari, and it is still the first week of January, so they sell. We talked about this before when I was selling bathing suits last month and the month before. I don't think I've had a month, honestly, that I haven't sold at least one bathing suit, so do with that information what you will, but I will continue to pick up bathing suits because they're continuing to sell for me. So that is the 5 items that I've decided to talk about today. I hope that those were helpful. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me and hanging on for those 2 weeks while I took my break, and I hope that if you need a break from anything, that you consider taking it if you can as well. It is definitely helpful to just kind of unplug and relax and reset, and it will make you more productive in the long run. So if you're feeling burnt out, don't be afraid to just unplug for a little while. People who follow you will understand, because everybody is human and they understand that people need breaks. And so I encourage you to do that if you are feeling like you need to. And also, let's talk about, I think we're going to be doing 2 videos a week for the foreseeable future. So we're going to continue with the Mail Out Monday videos, and then we're also going to be doing an additional video, which will probably change in theme for every week. But this week, I'm going to be doing an unboxing. It's not like a blind unboxing because I do know what's in it because it was like a not so mystery box, but it is from Daniela at Ivy and Blush Bottega, and she also is a co-host of the podcast Thrifter's Villa. I reached out to her to ask if she had any inventory she was willing to sell. She did send me some stuff, so I'm going to show you guys that stuff probably on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. Make sure that if you are not already subscribed, you hit that subscribe button and the like button on your way out. And also, if you enjoy these videos, consider sharing with a friend. Also, one more thing before I let you guys go. Me and my sister and I don't know, English is not my thing. We are starting a podcast, and it's something that I've been thinking about doing for a while. It is not going to be solely around thrifting. It is really going to be like a collective of a bunch of different things. I am going to put the first episode on YouTube, so you'll be able to see us. You'll also be able to kind of get a taste for what the podcast is going to be like going forward, and that way you can decide whether or not you would like to follow along on the podcast. That's going to be the only episode that I put up on YouTube. The rest of it will be on Spotify and Apple Music and all of those other things that you stream your podcasts on. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned and make sure that you watch that video to see if it's something that you'd be interested in. Like I said, it's not going to be solely thrifted related. I'm sure that thrifting is going to make its way into the podcast because that is my full-time job, and my sister is also a thrifter and she resells a little bit as well. So I'm sure that that topic will come up, but we've also got opinions on a bunch of different things, and that's going to be our outlet to really do that. We have an interesting dynamic because we are so opposite, but we did grow up together, and so we think we're funny. My mom doesn't think we're funny. So, I mean, really, it just depends on what you're looking for out of a podcast. But anyway, we're going to be doing that. So that first episode will be here right on YouTube, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And that is going to be it for today's video. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. Until Thursday, bye guys.